All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty unique. We're going to be looking at brush making.
Brush making.
But before you start picturing, those paintbrushes in art studios and stuff,
Right.
we're actually going to be prepping you for a job interview
Okay.
in this surprisingly intricate field.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got this whole stack of resources from RoleCatcher, which seems like a total gold mine if you're thinking about careers or you want to change careers or do all that.
It really is.
But what really caught my eye is they had this thing, AI-powered tailoring
Oh, yeah.
for applications and interview practice. I mean, come on.
That's pretty cool.
Like having a digital coach in your corner. So we're going to get into how all that works a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll definitely unpack that.
But first, let's get into the brushes.
Let's get into the brushes.
I got to admit, when I first thought about brush making, I kind of pictured it as being pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Just slapping some bristles on a handle, call it a day. But digging into this career guide, it's way more involved than I ever imagined.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about using horsehair, nylon, even hog bristle. Like, who knew there were so many options?
That's amazing.
And then there's inserting these bristles into ferrules, shaping the brush head. Like,
It's a craft.
it's a real craft.
Yeah, for sure.
It demands a lot of precision, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
And that's definitely something you want to convey in your interview, right? Like, you have this deeper understanding of the process, the skill it requires. The interviewer wants to know that you're passionate,
Right,
knowledgeable, not just someone who can, glue some stuff together.
definitely. Okay, so let's jump into some of these interview questions then.
All right.
RoleCatcher has provided 10 common ones. We're going to break down each one, giving you insights into what the interviewer is really looking for and how to craft an answer that'll make you stand out. So first up, and this one's interesting,
Okay.
what inspired you to become a brush maker? It feels a bit deeper than just, well, I need a job.
It definitely is. What they're trying to do is gauge your passion for the craft.
Yeah.
They want to understand what sparked your interest, what drives you. Did you have like a childhood fascination with brushes? Were you inspired by a particular artisan or a beautiful handmade brush? This is your chance to tell a story that showcases your genuine interest in the field.
I can see how a compelling story would make you a lot more memorable than just saying, I like working with my hands. But what kind of follow-up questions could they ask, though, based on my initial story?
Well, they might delve deeper into the details of your story, asking about specific challenges you faced or skills you developed along the way.
Okay.
Like, for instance, if you mention being inspired by a particular brush maker, they might ask about their techniques or what you admire about their work.
So I need to be ready to, expand on that initial spark of inspiration and show how my interest has evolved. All right. This next question gets into the nitty-gritty. How do you ensure the quality of your brushes? Seems pretty straightforward, but I'm guessing there's more to it than meets the eye.
Definitely. This question is all about assessing your attention to detail,
Right.
your understanding of quality standards, and your commitment to producing a consistently high-quality product. You're demonstrating that you're not just going through the motion,
Right.
but that you genuinely care about the craft and take pride in your work.
So they're not just looking for, a list of steps. They want to see that I understand the importance of quality and have a systematic approach to ensuring it.
Exactly.
What kind of follow-ups could they throw my way to really test my knowledge, though?
Well, they might ask about specific quality issues you've encountered in the past and how you resolved them.
Okay.
Or they might present a hypothetical scenario. Imagine a brush head isn't properly shaped. How would you diagnose the issue and fix it? Looking for problem-solving skills and a deep understanding of the process.
So it's about showing that I can not only follow procedures, but also identify and solve problems to maintain those high standards. Okay, on to question 3. What are the different types of brushes you have experience in making? I imagine this is where I can really highlight my versatility.
Absolutely. This is your opportunity to showcase the breadth and depth of your experience.
Yeah.
They want to know, have you worked with a variety of materials techniques? Do you understand the specific requirements of different brush types? Have you made paintbrushes, cosmetic brushes, industrial brushes? Don't just list them off. Talk about the materials used, the challenges involved, and what you learn from each experience.
I see how that level of detail would really paint a picture of my capabilities.
What if I haven't had a chance to work with a huge range of brushes yet, though?
That's okay. Be honest about your experience level, but don't be afraid to highlight any relevant skills you've acquired,
Yeah.
even if they're from personal projects or hobbies.
You can also mention any areas of specialization you're interested in, even if you haven't had direct experience yet. Showing a desire to learn and grow is always a plus.
So it's about showcasing what I know and also my enthusiasm for expanding my skill set.
Okay.
This next question feels particularly relevant in today's world. How do you stay up to date with the latest industry trends and techniques? It's not enough to be skilled. You need to be constantly evolving, right?
Exactly. Brush making, like any field, is constantly evolving. New materials, techniques, even sustainability considerations
Right.
are emerging. The interviewer wants to see that you're proactive in keeping your skills sharp and that you're engaged with the industry as a whole.
So just saying, I read articles probably won't cut it. What are some more concrete examples I could give to really show my commitment to continuous learning?
Think about like trade shows you've attended, industry publications you subscribe to, online communities you engage with, or even like workshops you've taken. Maybe you recently learned a new technique for incorporating sustainable materials or discovered an innovative way to improve bristle durability.
Ah.
The key is to demonstrate that you're actively seeking out new knowledge and applying it to your craft.
This is making me realize how important it is to be a lifelong learner, not just in brush making, but in any field.
Yeah.
Now, on to question 5. What do you consider to be the most critical part of the brush making process? This feels like a chance to show off my deep understanding of the craft.
It absolutely is. They want to see
Yeah.
that you can analyze the entire process,
Okay.
from material selection to finishing touches, and identify the step that you believe is most crucial for creating a high-quality, functional brush. This is where your personal insights and experiences really come into play.
I can see how my answer could reveal a lot about my priorities and values as a brush maker.
Mhm.
What are some potential follow-up questions they might ask to dig deeper into my reasoning?
They might ask you to elaborate on why you chose that particular step. What specific challenges or nuances make it so critical? Or they could ask about alternative approaches, or ask you to compare the importance of different steps. Be prepared to defend your choice and showcase your in-depth knowledge.
This is really making me think about all the little intricacies involved in crafting a seemingly simple tool. All right, moving on to question 6, and this one shifts the focus a bit. How do you handle difficult customers who may have quality issues with their brushes? Seems like they're trying to gauge my interpersonal skills here, not just my brush making abilities.
That's right. It's about assessing your customer service skills,
Right.
your ability to remain professional under pressure, and your problem-solving approach when faced with a challenging situation. Remember, even the most skilled brush maker needs to be able to interact effectively with clients
Yeah.
and resolve issues smoothly.
So it's not just about making a great brush. It's about ensuring the customer has a positive experience too. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask to test my ability to handle these situations?
Well, they might ask for a specific example of a time you dealt with a difficult customer.
Oh, okay.
What was the issue and how did you approach it? They could also ask about your general philosophy on customer service
Right.
and your strategies for maintaining positive relationships.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Each question is designed to assess not just my practical skills, but also my soft skills, my problem-solving abilities,
Right.
and my overall professionalism. This is really making me rethink how I approach interview prep.
And that's exactly the point of this deep dive, right?
Yeah.
We're not just giving you answers to memorize.
Right.
We're equipping you with the tools and insights to handle any question that comes your way.
Definitely. Okay, ready to tackle the next set of questions.
I'm ready. Bring them on.
I'm feeling more confident
So
already.
that's what we like to hear. Okay, so moving on to question number 7. This one says, how do you ensure that your brushes are environmentally friendly? And that, this is the topic that's becoming increasingly important.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Across industries, it's not just about the craftsmanship anymore.
Right.
It's about responsible production, too.
It definitely feels like sustainability is top of mind for a lot of consumers these days. I'm guessing interviewers want to see that brush makers are keeping up with these trends. But what are they really looking for with this question?
They're trying to gauge your understanding of sustainability in the context of brush making. Do you use eco-friendly materials?
Right.
Are your production processes designed to minimize waste?
Okay.
Are you mindful of the entire supply chain and where your materials are sourced? They want to know that you're not just creating a great product, but you're doing it in a way that minimizes environmental impact.
So it's about showing that I'm not just a skilled craftsperson, but also a responsible one.
Got it. What are some specific examples I could mention to demonstrate my commitment to sustainability?
Well, think about the materials you use. Are they sustainably sourced or recycled?
Okay.
Do you have a system for minimizing waste in your workshop?
Have you researched alternative, more eco-friendly materials or production processes?
Hmm.
Maybe you've even experimented with biodegradable packaging options.
Yeah.
The key is to show that you're actively thinking about these issues and taking steps to make your practice more sustainable.
I'm realizing that sustainability isn't just a trend, it's a responsibility that all craftspeople need to consider.
Oh.
Okay, question 8 shifts gears a bit. How do you manage your team and ensure that they are producing high-quality brushes? This one seems geared towards more experienced brush makers who might be leading a team or overseeing production.
Yeah, you're right. This question is all about assessing your leadership
Yeah.
and management skills. They want to know if you can motivate a team, delegate effectively, maintain those high standards of quality, and create a positive
Right.
and productive work environment.
So even if I haven't officially managed a team yet, I should still be prepared to discuss my leadership qualities and experiences.
Absolutely. Think about times when you've taken initiative, collaborated effectively with others, or helped guide a group towards a common goal. Maybe you mentored a fellow student, led a group project, or volunteered in a leadership role.
Yeah.
These experiences can demonstrate your potential even if you haven't had a formal management position.
So it's about highlighting those transferable skills that demonstrate leadership potential, even if I'm not yet at a management level.
Got it. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask to probe my leadership style and approach?
They might ask about your leadership philosophy.
Okay.
Are you more hands-on or delegative?
Right.
How do you motivate your team members? How do you handle conflict within a team? They could also ask for specific examples of times when you've successfully led a team or project, highlighting the challenges you faced and the outcomes you achieved.
This is really making me think about what it means to be an effective leader, not just a skilled individual contributor. Okay, on to question 9. How do you balance the creative process with the practical requirements of producing functional brushes? This one sounds particularly intriguing. It is. This question gets to the heart of what it means to be a skilled craftsperson, right?
Yeah.
You need to be able to balance artistry and functionality.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see if you understand that a brush isn't just a work of art.
Right.
It's also a tool.
It has to work.
And that tool needs to be designed and crafted in a way that meets the practical needs of the user.
It's about finding that sweet spot between creating something beautiful and ensuring that it actually works for its intended purpose.
Yeah.
I get it. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask to delve deeper into my design thinking?
They might ask about specific design choices you've made in the past
Okay.
and how you balanced aesthetics with functionality.
Mm.
They could also ask about your understanding of ergonomics
Right.
and how that plays into your brush designs. Or they might even present you with a hypothetical design challenge and ask how you would approach it.
It's like they're trying to get inside my head and understand my creative process, how I weigh different factors, and how I arrive at a final design. Okay, and now for the final question. How do you price your brushes, and what factors do you consider when setting the price? Now we're stepping into the business side of brush making.
Exactly. Even the most beautifully crafted, sustainably produced brush won't sell if it's not priced appropriately.
Right.
This question is all about gauging your business acumen and understanding of market forces.
So it's not enough to be a skilled artisan. I also need to be a savvy entrepreneur.
I see. What are some key factors that I should be considering when setting a price for my brushes?
First and foremost, your costs.
Okay.
This includes the cost of materials, the time and labor involved, and any overhead expenses.
Yeah.
You also need to consider the market value of similar brushes. What are your competitors charging?
Right.
And finally, you need to think about the perceived value of your brushes, what makes them unique and desirable. So it's a balancing act between covering my costs, being competitive in the market, and also communicating the value and craftsmanship of my work.
Got it. What are some potential follow-up questions they might ask to explore my pricing strategy further?
Well, they might ask about your research process. How do you determine the market value of similar brushes?
Okay.
They could also delve into your cost analysis. Do you have a system for tracking your expenses?
Okay.
They might even present you with a hypothetical scenario and ask how you would price a new brush design, taking all these factors into account.
This is making me realize that pricing is a skill in itself. It requires careful consideration and a deep understanding of both the craft and the market.
Wow, we've covered all 10 interview questions. I feel like I've not only learned how to answer these questions effectively, but also gained a much deeper understanding of what it takes to succeed as a brush maker.
That's exactly what we were aiming for.
Yeah.
But we're not done yet. Remember that AI-powered tool we mentioned earlier, RoleCatcher?
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's talk about how it can take your interview preparation to the next level.
Yes. Let's dive into that. I'm curious to learn how RoleCatcher's AI can help me tailor my answers and really stand out from the competition. All right, so we've talked about all the different aspects of brush making. We've gone through the interview questions.
Yeah.
But now I want to get into, like, the really cool stuff.
The fun part.
Yeah, like how can RoleCatcher's AI features can help me get a job? Like really help.
Really help you stand out.
Yeah, because we've touched on it a little bit, but I want to know, like, really dive deeper into how this technology can help.
Absolutely.
Okay, so like I've spent all this time learning how to make brushes. I'm going to the interview.
Right, you're putting in the work.
But how does RoleCatcher's AI kind of like enhance that?
Yeah, it's like that extra polish.
Oh,
And that makes your application shine.
yeah. I like that. It's like
putting the finishing touches.
yeah, the varnish, right?
That.
So it's not like replacing all my hard work. It's just like the thing that makes it really stand out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, tell me more. How does this polish work?
Well, let's start with your CV
Okay.
or your resume, right? So RoleCatcher's AI, it can analyze job descriptions,
Uh-huh.
and it identifies the keywords and phrases that are most important to the employer.
So it's reading it like a person would.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That's really cool.
And then it suggests ways to tailor your CV to highlight those specific skills and experiences,
Wow.
making sure that it gets past those applicant tracking systems,
Yeah, the bots.
The bots, exactly.
Because they can be brutal.
They can be, and it helps you catch the eye of that hiring manager.
So it's like having a personalized editor who knows exactly what the employers are looking for.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out like what they actually want.
Totally.
Because sometimes job descriptions are just so vague.
They are.
Okay, so that's super helpful. But it's not just about keywords though, right?
It's not just about the keywords. It can also analyze your writing style.
Oh, wow.
And suggest improvements, to make your CV more concise, more impactful,
Okay.
professional.
So it's like having a career coach.
It really is, like right in your pocket.
Okay, that is amazing. It's like a secret weapon
Mm.
in the job search battle.
Hmm.
But it doesn't stop there, does it? There's also the AI-powered video practice.
Yes, the video practice.
That's the thing that really blew my mind when I saw it on RoleCatcher.
It's really cool.
So tell me a little more about how that works.
So this feature, it's like having a mock interview
Okay.
with a virtual coach. So you record yourself answering those common interview questions,
Okay.
and you get instant feedback.
So it's watching me and telling me how I'm doing.
Yeah, on your delivery, your body language,
Wow.
your overall presentation style.
So it's not just what I say, but how I say it.
Exactly.
The AI can tell if I'm like, fidgeting or...
Yeah, like nervous tics,
Yeah.
awkward pauses, even if you're making eye contact.
Oh, wow.
It can provide personalized feedback
That's amazing.
to help you project confidence.
Because I get nervous in interviews.
Everyone gets
It's
nervous.
going to be like so helpful.
Yeah, and it helps you project that enthusiasm, that professionalism, which can make a huge difference.
Yeah, because the interviewer can just tell if you're not confident.
They can read that.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this. So RoleCatcher's AI can help me tailor my application, make sure I'm using the right language, practicing my interview skills.
Mm-hmm.
This is really like a game changer, especially for something like brush making,
Especially for a specialized field.
where it's not just about like, what's on paper. It's about like
It's about showing your passion.
your personality,
Right.
showing that you can like, communicate effectively.
Exactly.
I love it. And the cool thing is, it's not just a one-time tool.
Right. It's not a one and done.
I can use this throughout my career
Throughout your entire career.
to keep my skills sharp, tailor applications.
Yeah. Keep improving.
It's like a lifelong career companion.
It really is.
Wow. So we've learned so much about brush making today, from the materials to the process, the interview questions,
The business side of it.
the AI tools. Wow.
Aw,
I feel so much more prepared. I feel inspired.
that's what we like to hear.
Yeah, this is really cool. And you know what? Even if I don't become a brush maker,
Right.
these skills, like communication,
Problem solving.
all this stuff, it's helpful in any job.
Absolutely.
So to all our listeners, I hope you feel as inspired as I do.
I hope so, too.
And whether you're thinking about a new career in brush making or anything else,
Or just want to sharpen your skills.
RoleCatcher can really help. And remember, The world is full of opportunities, and with the right tools and the right mindset, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
I love that. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Awesome. Well, until next time, everyone, happy deep diving.
Happy deep diving.